The Pragmata story is really, really fun. This is a game that has sold over 1 million copies in 2 games. This has been super duper viral. Capcom's latest IP, brand new IP. Everyone's loving it, except those who aren't, which we talked about this briefly yesterday, but we didn't get to Hasan Piker and his thoughts on this. First and foremost, did you notice that there's a camera just on Kaya over here? Kaya the dog. It seems like he's really, actually, truly spotlighting her up here with an actual spotlight, which is amazing. Let's hear what he had to say about this, because when it comes to this game, like I said, it's been one of those things that has been very, very interesting to see the reaction to when it's called a dad simulator.
What is this? Capcom's Pragmata. Wait, did it come out already? Pragmata, it's making 1,000 people suddenly want to start a family. You play as Hugh, a soldier, stranded on a ruined lunar research station. Your job is protecting the childlike android Diana while fighting rogue AI. It's out already? Is it good? Isn't this like Death Stranding? In one emotional moment, she gives him a crayon drawing of the two of them together as a little family. Even streamers who say at the start they didn't want kids end up breaking down happy in tears. So what's really interesting about this is all of these unfuckable losers in the gaming sphere always talk about like starting families and stuff. And
I mean, let's just be really honest. This is spectacular. Like, truly spectacular, his ability right here. All you unfuckable losers out there, just great. Going straight.
These are the nice guys, by the way, that are super tolerant of people.
Yeah, this is the guy who it's all about the tolerance, right? All about them tolerance. Yeah. So all you unfuckable losers out there, listen up.
Always talk about like starting families and stuff. And I don't understand like why this has become a thing that they care about. Like, if you're a gamer, you should care about things that you actually experience. You should care about things that you actually enjoy, right? If you're a fucking lonely gamer who has never been around a woman and will never have sex with a woman, why do you care? Like, why do you care about having children or like riding for having children? Like, if they changed hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of hot Cheetos, if they changed the recipe of like, I don't know, Dr. Pepper or something, and you fucking freaked out about that, that makes sense, right? Like, that's precisely what your life is about.
Think about what he's saying here.
I have so many things, yeah.
Yeah, man.
He's insulting his own audience.
Sure. Phoenix, go ahead, buddy.
There's too much to say. For one, I don't even know what the fuck he's saying, because like, so that's, I mean, one of the amazing things about art and entertainment is that it can inspire you to do better or to do great things. So if your life apparently is not being with the opposite sex, whatever, and this game makes you want to have a family, wonderful. Maybe that'll push you to maybe be a little bit more extroverted and try and find someone, or go online and try and meet someone there. And then maybe that builds towards having a family. Like, I don't understand. It's like, welp, you're not that, so go fuck yourself and only think about Cheetos until you're dead. I don't understand that argument. And then I have much more to say once it's all done. But that's what I'm confused about.
You know what this is, Phoenix? This is like fractal wrongness. It's like wrong in so many ways. It's like unreal. Like, it's like the entire thing is like, it's like wrong compounded upon wrong. It's like the entire premise is just it's so fucked up. It's like, how could you be any less wrong about everything? It's unreal.
Think about this idea. He's like, listen, all you fat guys out there, all you fatties, don't ever even think about trying to lose weight, because it's never going to happen out there, right?
My other thing is that the birth replacement rates, especially in like Western countries, is below replacement levels. Or like, okay, I don't want to get too conspiracy theorist here, but you know, there's a certain group that may end up replacing us in the very near future. So I don't know. Hasan seems like he might be part of that group.
Well, okay, think about, what if he said, I like to play the replace this game, right? And let's replace everything he's saying about gamers, but to men who want to be women, right? Like, he could say the exact same, listen, all you fuckers, right? If you just obsess about this constantly, you're never gonna do it, right? Then he would just be flamed constantly. But let's see what else he has to say.
That's what I mean. It's so dumb on so many levels. It's like, you know, people play games, right? So they can experience things that they couldn't experience. You know, it's like the whole point, right?
Right.
What are you talking about?
That's pretty much the entire premise of video games right there, is to do things that you necessarily can't do. Like, hey, just because, hey, you're never going to be a pirate. Never play Sea of Thieves, you fuckers. All right. You're never going to be an assassin.
No.
Don't play Hitman or Assassin's Creed. You're never going to be an NFL player. Don't play Madden. And for God's sakes, you're never play FIFA because you're never going to be a professional soccer player, you fucking asshole. Right. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous. Let's see what else he has to say here, because I feel like Phoenix is about to blow up.
But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because it's just not something that you're going to experience ever for your life, for the rest of your life, right?
Why?
Why? Exactly. That's a great question. Why would you not? By the way, riveting content.
There's more entertainment than the
Also,
dog sleeping with the spotlight.
Right.
I will say, Japanese game, putting a child in there, you're playing with fire. Okay,
good.
Don't get mad at me for saying this.
I
feel like
definitely have something to say about that.
All right,
Jeez.
let's go and finish this
Me
up,
too.
and then we'll let
Me
you go.
too. Oh, I have so
any
much to say about
Japanese
that.
game you put like a child, it's a little. It's gonna invite maybe the worst possible fandom. You know, I know it's not like that. I'm sure the game is not like that, but there will be people who take it like that.
All right.
Okay, can I just say two things real quick?
Yes, Phoenix, by all means.
So number one, just based off of that point, right, which is, it's not even a point. Well, then let's go to his side. If you were to put that's to say then, well, we shouldn't put a pride flag in a game because of what people may do to it with a mod, for instance, where they may damage it. Or if you put a gay pride parade in a game, you shouldn't do that because of what the people may do to it. That wasn't what the intention of the game makers was. So who gives a shit? So that point is retarded and stupid and should be nullified. The next thing I would like to say is it's a comment that I wrote to it, and I think it really best summarizes everything about my opinions on Hasan. Here I go. Hasan wasn't born from a vagina. He was a pustule slug that wiggled his way out of an unwashed asshole. When his mouth isn't full of piss-colored commie semen, he manages to gurgle up dry mucus loads of wisdom like this. His opinions are about as good as a colostomy bag sitting, fermenting, and rotting under a hot summer sun. He is the mold that sprouts spores on a forgotten loaf of shit. I hate this man. He's an idiot. This whole thing wasted everyone's time. The guy is a fucking moron. And everyone that watches him, equally, that message is also for them in what worthless bags of shit they are. Thank you.
Fractal wrongness, man. He's so wrong on so many levels. It's just unreal.
You know,
I think there's actually more happening here, because with not just Hasan, but all these people that we've seen online, commentators, Twitter users, whatever, that are basically espouting the same thing that he does, where, because Pragmata has this child character in there that, generally speaking, people fall in love with and is encouraging people to have children now. Everyone that's like saying, she's PDF bait, and they're going along that vein, they are projecting so freaking hard for one of, my personal opinion, one of two reasons. Number one, they don't want their computers checked, which all means that they should have their computers checked. Or number two, these are people that grew up in not loving homes. They did not have a loving father figure like you see in Pragmata. And just like seeing a game where you have a father figure that is tender and loving and paternal to a female child character, they look at that and it triggers them. Like, I never receive that when I grew up. I had a bad childhood, so I hate anything that's displaying a good childhood, and I have to attack it. And it's honestly disgusting, and those people need help. They need to get themselves tracked.
Preach. Yes. It comes down to people with daddy issues.
Yeah, pretty much.
1,000%. You know, Phoenix, while you were describing spores of mold on bread, I just did a quick. Yes, thank you. Sorry, I misheard you. I was busy doing research over here. He mentioned the idea of a Japanese game featuring children in it and how it could bring out all the weirdos and such. So I thought to myself, what are some other Japanese games that feature children in it Here's some noticeable games that were Japanese that featured children as main characters or main side characters, including Earthbound. Right, Earthbound's a pretty big one. Oh, Pokemon's a pretty big one. The Legend of Zelda features a child in that game, right? Final Fantasy, specifically 3, Breath of Fire, Dragon Quest, Ico. Go down the list. There are tons of games that feature children in them. Klonoa, Dark Cloud, Persona, right? Go down the list, and that logic is so broken, Leaflet, like you were saying. It's just so what'd you say? Fragmented,
fractal wrongness.
I don't even know what that means, but it's right. Which I wanted to point this out, and this is what you talk about: people with daddy issues. People have been reacting to this clip pretty consistently over the last day or so, and we were going to talk about it yesterday, but I'm glad we held off, because as Smash JT was reacting to this yesterday, something really interesting happened. And I think just further pushes home the idea of what these people will never have.
Like, that's precisely what your life is about. But as far as like LARPing about starting families and whatnot, this is something that I never understand. It just doesn't make any sense to me, because
Speak of the angel. How are you doing? Can I have a big hug?
Yeah.
Mwah. How you doing?
Good.
What's up? Oh, hold on. I need to full screen this. Hold on. Yeah, this is good timing. We were just talking about you. Well, not really, but
Okay, so I made
they can't see
flower.
you. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. I love that. I can have this?
Yeah. And fortune
Oh,
teller.
it says this is just like the game. Look, she maybe it says to Dad from Andrea. I did not tell you to do this. You just did this on your own.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Dad,
Oh my God.
fortune tellers like origami I used to make?
Uh-huh.
Look it, I made this from mother.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, one sec. Wait, I wonder.
That's amazing. Does it go with like a rhyme or a poem when you do the 1, 2, 3, 4?
You gotta pick one, and then
Okay. That
usually they have like colors and numbers, and then you go, okay, what number? And then
2.
and then 1,
Okay.
2.
Aw.
You pick another one, and then that's your fortune when you unfold it. Wait, here it tells you your fortune, but I had no fortune.
Not yet. You have to add
Not
those.
yet.
That's amazing. I love this so much. Oh my goodness. Mwah.
Love you.
Love you too. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That right there is what he will never have. And these people complaining, that right there is why you're a dad, why you're a parent. For that 1 minute of them coming in and sharing things, the little bit of art that they do, that is why you're a parent. And I want to point, I have 2 daughters. I want to point this out. This is one of those things on the back here. All of these cards, each one of these cards he puts up if he hits his goals, right? These are worth hundreds of dollars. He put the art on top of that, right? And I think he may not have meant it, but the symbolism there is that her artwork is worth more than any amount of dollar that he could receive. And that is priceless to him. And as a dad who's received that artwork, I 100% agree. And I think that's one of those things that you see something like that happen as a dad. I can relate to that. It's the best. And that is what these people will never have. And I thought that was really profound that it just so happened to happen at that moment. What do y'all think?
I think instead something that they'll never have, and they're angry about it. They see the joy that children can bring into their lives, like we just saw with Smash JT. We saw how dearly he loves his daughter, how much his daughter loves him, and I think it infuriates them and it angers them, and they lash out because they know it's something that they can't have. They hate that, and because they can't have it, they don't want you to have it either.
I have in my office at my house, I have my set behind me, and then I have on the other side of my camera, I have pictures of me coaching kids soccer, youth teams. I have artwork from my daughters and stuff like that, things that they have made for me over the years that I find like really valuable to me personally, that mean nothing to anybody else, but they mean something to me, right? That they put the effort in to do, and like that stuff is priceless. And when you see these people who are coming out saying, talking about just this idea that being a dad or like not striving to be a father is I don't know, just the whole thing is so flawed because they never experienced it and they have no idea what it's like. No idea what it's like. And I know that, we have thousands of people watching now, right? And we probably have hundreds of dads who have felt exactly what Smash felt. And that is you could offer them hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I guarantee they wouldn't trade that hug or that picture for that money because it's invaluable to them. And that's what the joy of being a dad is. It's the best. It is truly the best, which is great.
And it's painful, honestly, as someone who's like Gen Z, that we were sold a lie, right, to go to work or to treat men badly. And now we're in a situation where, people are increasingly becoming part of the LGBT, or they don't want to have kids, or men have checked out of dating. And it's really hard when you're like a woman who's looking, for marriage, and most guys don't want to deal with it because they're going to lose. And it's like, motherhood, fatherhood is one of the biggest blessings that God has given us, if not like the biggest calling. And it I don't know, it just breaks my heart because I want to be a mom in the next couple of years. And just seeing people, freak out over this, like, children aren't this curse. Being in a healthy married relationship isn't a curse. Like, my parents never got married, and I know that affected me for my relationships later down the line. Like, children deserve a mom and a dad who loves them and cares about them so much.
Well, it's been interesting to see the reaction to this. And look, we're friends. I'm a big fan of Pop Culture Crisis, PCC, but I think it is important to kind of point out this tweet from Mary, who's one of the hosts over there with Brett. Great folks over there. Mary said, lots of strange and by the way, Mary's getting just flamed for this right now. This has several million views on it. Yeah, 2.5 million views. She said, lots of strange reactions to this game. Let's clear some things up. Childless men do not have paternal instincts the way that childless women have maternal instincts. We observe this even in a little way girls play versus little boys. Men first experience paternal instincts once they have their own children, and typically those paternal instincts are only ever felt for their own children and no one else's. Men are not nurturers. Men don't gush over cute kid pics in public. Men don't have baby fever. If a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of its own lineage, he is likely a predator. And
yikes.
Yeah. And you'd be taking the feminist, radical, gender abolitionist position to protest any of the above points. This should explain why a dad simulator game marketed to mostly childless men gives me the creeps here. And Mary has had some good takes. This is not one of Mary's best takes.
Yeah, ouch, Mary. Love you, Mary. But that if just a couple little word choice differences there, and it wouldn't have been so harsh. But respectfully disagree with that.
Yeah, she continued, says, to those denying biology here, would you hire a male babysitter? You meet your kid's kindergarten teacher and it's a dude. How do you feel about that? What do women have that men don't? Are we beginning to understand each other now? Men aren't women. None of this is a knock against men. It's just true. Here, ladies, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Thoughts on this statement, just in general.
I have the issue with her saying it's not a knock against men, because she literally just said in her previous post that, any child, or excuse me, any man that wants to, quote, possess a child for any reason other than it being a product of his own lineage, he's likely a predator. So she just basically just did a whole bunch of double talk of saying, oh, I'm not against men, but if you feel like paternal-esque type feelings towards a child, as in you want to care and protect that child, it doesn't matter. You feeling that way towards a child, in her eyes, labels her as a predator. I'm sorry, that's disgusting to say that about men in general. It's absolutely disgusting to have that viewpoint.
This is this is way off base. Personally, just the idea that, look, is there truth in the idea that oftentimes men don't have quote unquote baby fever? Sure, absolutely, right. But the idea that men don't gush over cute kids in public, are you kidding me, dude? Like, you ever, like, one of the first things that they may not be like, oh, but one of the things that men do is show off their kids to their buddies, right? It's look at what she did. And you know what? There's different phases in your life, right? Phases as you grow. All of a sudden, your friends are getting married. All of a sudden, your friends are getting having children. And you know what? You go through these phases with these various friends in your life. And it's important because these babies, these children are now part of your life as well. So you want to know what's happening. And you may not be like, oh, it's the cutest baby in the world and doing things like that. But you still have a vested interest in them, and you want to see them succeed because ultimately you want to see your friends succeed at being parents and seeing those children grow, right? So it's not like the gushy, but they still very much share experiences about their children all the time.
I also think it's sexist to say that men only want children for their lineage. So sure, that may be a part of it, but any father who loves their children, they're gonna love that child. They might be a little more strict and disciplined because that's how men are, but that doesn't mean that they don't love their child. Men and women show their love differently, but it's complementary. Like, it works together. You're supposed to have that balance, but that doesn't mean that they don't fawn over their own kids. It may not be like a woman, but they don't have to be like a woman. Why do they need? There's this feminization of men that just kills me, and I can't stand for it anymore. It's so annoying. Well,
this has been ratioed the fuck, and and also community noted, because it's just not factual right here. People have responded here. Ricky Berwick says, I guess you aren't a fan of this movie then, obviously with Mike and her. And Reddit Lies came in and says, if I don't know anything about men except for what other women have told me, was a post. So Savvy actually came in a little bit more. I can't even say these words on YouTube, otherwise we will get banned. So George came in and says, this is bullshit, Mary. Men have protector DNA, which this game activates in a big way. And by the way, George, huge fan of this game here, says, and it will lead to millions of men getting married and having kids. Mary said, this video game or any movie or any TV show is going to have precisely zero effect on birth rates, and I guarantee that. I don't think that's the idea of any TV show or any movie having any impact on the birth rates. Yeesh.
Well, we can actually look at Game of Thrones names that have been in circulation in the last decade plus, with kids having names like Khaleesi and Daenerys and all these other Game of Thrones. I've never watched the shows except for season 1, so I don't really remember the names, but they have plenty of them. There's tons Lilies and Lunas out there from Harry Potter, so I wouldn't exactly say no, that pop culture doesn't affect babies. It does.
Ironically, Phoenix's hero Tim Pool came in to defend Mary. Says Mary is correct in tendency. I think people are taking her point to some extreme end. I would like to remind everybody that Mary said that I don't know how you could take this other than this right here, when she said, if a man wants to possess a child for any reason other than being a product of his own lineage, he is likely a predator. I don't really know.
That's where you lost. Yeah. That's where she lost me. Everything else I can get behind and just go, okay, look, it's an opinion. But the minute you label that, I mean, then it's extreme. Dark intentions and yikes.
You know what Mary needs to watch? Tom Selleck in 3 Men and a Baby and 3 Men and a Little Lady.
Tim says, despite the community note, I would still argue women are substantially more baby crazier than men, and that that Mary is generally correct in her assessment. Well, look, I don't think I think we all agree that women are more quote unquote baby crazy, right? They have a biological clock in them that's saying, hey, it's time to have some fucking kids over here, Well,
I've never known any. I can't take your experience. I can't speak for that, right? So that was information for me. I've never known any men ever that fawned over any other someone else's kids. Like I never knew that they were interested, you know, or anything like that. Where they weren't saying cute or anything like that. They were just kind of. It was always their kid. That doesn't mean everybody. That means my little circle.
Right.
So you know, when she was talking about that, men are just interested in the lineage. Like I don't necessarily agree with that, but okay, I can. All right, fine. It's when you say that is, well, then it's that or it's a predator.
Right.
You really lose me there, and you've lost the point there too, because you're trying to say something, but then you went in for an attack, and I think that that's bad, especially when we're trying. The whole idea is we don't want to discourage people from creating families, and if this game or whatever media is out there, like then there's no harm. Great, then okay, she could say something like, "Listen, I don't think." Because of that lineage, I don't think that men, and not being baby crazy, I don't think men are going to go out and have families. We'll see if I'm wrong, but I bet you I'm not. I'm with you. But when you get into the predator shit,
right? Yeah, it's a pretty tough hill to climb right there. Let's actually take a look. Okay, let's lighten it up a little bit here. And go to DarkSidePhil because he played Pragmata as well. You okay, Lee Blit? Sorry, your neck broke for a second.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Sounds good. Just want to make sure you're okay. DarkSidePhil had a chance to play, and if there was a definition for a wet blanket, it would be DarkSidePhil.
She's a robot. She's not a real girl.
He's like, he's going to invest money in an abortion clinic.
Yeah. He's like, why didn't we just kill her? Here we go.
Why did they program her to act like this? What purpose does this serve? Besides fooling you into a sense of you're going to want to protect her as like a dad figure when you're really not. She's just a robot.
Yes, because it's a video game, Phil.
Bingo. You just fucking stated it. Bingo.
because
Congratulations, he just discovered the hook for the game.
Yes, because he's getting I can't wait till he sees the ending of the game. I don't know if you've seen the ending. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but Phil's really not going to like that. I'll tell you this much. Oh,
I hate that this character is cracking jokes to artificially make me like this character.
It's spectacular.
You see what I'm saying? Like, I actually feel like the plot of this game is that they're trying to fool you into being a surrogate dad to her, but she's just a robot. It doesn't matter. It's going to screw you over at the end of the game. Watch.
You think, Phil? Do you fucking think? Like, of course. They're gonna bring you in. They're going to tie you in, get you totally emotionally attached. And then they're going to yank that rug from underneath you. Yes, Phil, you fucking idiot. Of course. God, what a wet blanket he is. Just, it's just a robot. Sorry, it drives me crazy. It's so phenomenal. Phenomenal. It's so
He is priceless, though. He is priceless.
He's one of one. He will outlast all of us. I promise you that. I did mention, despite all the quote-unquote controversy, Pragmata has sold 1 million units over here. And
I just bought it because of what we were talking about. Like, I bought it.
Yeah?
I'm interested in it now.
Well, I can't wait to see.
Amazing.
I can't wait to see when you give birth in 9 months, Phoenix.
Got like 50 of those fuckers everywhere. I just go sex crazy.
just pop it out. You're listening to Leaflet's music video over here, trying to have babies.
I'm trying,
like
Leaf. I'm trying.
That's why I made it. Counter the anti-spiral.
I mentioned George. He says, be a bachelor playing a video game, has a cute kid that you can protect and find presents for you to make her happy. This makes you happy. Now you want to get married and have kids so you can make them happy too. Psychos consider this bad for some reason, right? Thank you, George. Appreciate that. And Vera came in with a nice viral post. Says, just a reminder, men have raised, mentored, protected, even died for children who weren't theirs for as long as history has been recorded. That doesn't make them creeps or predators. Right there. Thank you, Vera, for that. Absolutely. What a bizarre story this is. Like, of all the things to be upset about, the idea of having a good relationship with your father should not be one of them. So fucking weird. Ladies, do you want to close? You have anything else to close out on Pragmata there before we move on?
It's just crazy, like how mad this is making people. It's like it's such a nothing burger. And they're so angry. They're so angry at people being happy. It's ridiculous. Like, these people are the worst. Like they're just oh god, they're the worst. Like they're the worst thing humanity has to offer.
Commies are the antithesis to creation. I mean, like
They are.
their whole thing is destruction. So it's like they're miserable people that want everything destroyed for whatever miserable thing that they want to erect. Basically,
you're so right. Fucking anti-spiral, man. Unreal.
I did see one thing here which really resonated with me when it came to this. I'm trying to scroll through my bookmarks and find it because it really was where is it? It had to do with what the people who are upset about this. Here it is right here. Sevi actually quote tweeted this. Said because they're mentally ill. So you want to know why the trans community is so angry about Pragmata and calling any man who plays it a pedo? Because it reminds them that they'll never be able to be parents. And it's like, ooh, kind of hits close to home for some folks over there. So, and honestly, if Hasan actually if Hasan actually does have a child at some point, I think his entire worldview will shift because it's all about him right now. It's all about him. So.
Just a fucking hammer and sickle that clangs out of that vagina. Just
it plays the fucking Soviet anthem. Like
here's the funny part about this is Hasan's girlfriend has publicly said on stream she's never gonna have kids. She's gonna try and stay as hot as long as she can and just make money. She's already planned out the entirety of her life, and that's his girlfriend. She's actually said, "I'm not going to have kids. I don't want to have kids." I imagine that might be a little bit of a factor why he may have had that opinion when he said that on his stream.
Wait, hold the phone. He managed to get a girlfriend? That's what's more shocking.
Valkyrae is his girlfriend. It's the worst kept secret in streaming. Valkyrae is his girlfriend, and she has said on stream, I don't want to have kids. I'm not going to have kids.
You know what? Those two are made for each other. They're both
two
terrible
brain
people.
deads. One half of a whole idiot.
Genetic dead end.
Yeah, I'm going to say this right now. The fact that they're not going to have children is a big dub. Big win, right?
Yep.
It ends right
Keep
there.
those brain cells to yourself. Thank you.
Hey, by all means, I think Hasan should go get a vasectomy if he truly means it, and she should go get her tubes tied. I think that'd be a great thing. Just saying, like if you really don't want it, go crazy. Just saying, I think that's a big win. Everybody had children except for Hasan and Valkyrae right there. So when they're like in their mid 40s and they're looking at each other going like, fuck, we should have had children. We have nothing to move on with. It's rough.